I'm so burnt out from work that even on the weekends, I do not feel like I am resting. And that's the thing. I take vacations. Like, I have weekends off. It's not like I'm working like 24 hours a day or anything like that. Like, I have my off time. But it's not a matter of like physical exhaustion. It's like mental exhaustion. So even if I have like time off and I'm just like resting, I'm like at home or whatever, I still feel like I'm not resting. So does anybody have any ideas for what to do about burnout? Because your girl is so burnt out that she's burnt to a crisp.
Let them. Theory's not working right now, Mel.
To be completely honest with you, I feel really hopeless. I am existentially exhausted. And I used to have a corporate job, work from home, life was good, it was breezy, it was chill. Now I'm working a serving job because I lost my job and I'm exhausted. I don't have time or energy or the regulated nervous system to build towards the goals that I had set forth for myself this year, like improving my modeling career and exercising and eating right and just taking care of myself. I really don't even recognize myself or my life anymore. And the reality check that I've had to give myself is that nobody is coming to save me. No one is gonna pick me up out of this. I can't just go to sleep, wake up, and it's gonna be better. I have to fight my way out of this dark night of the soul. And as unfair as the life circumstances are, sometimes it's just helpful to look at it objectively and say, this is how things are. Doesn't mean it's gonna be that way forever, but no one is coming to save me except for myself. And when I finally do get to the other side, the amount of grit and resilience I'm gonna have is going to be worth it.
All the enjoyment, I'm sad again. Don't tell my boyfriend, it's not what he's made for.
McKinsey's annual report keeps surfacing the same number. 42% of women report being burned out. Higher than men, higher than last year. The career that was supposed to liberate them is finishing them off instead. And the relief that used to come from a partner waiting at home isn't waiting because there's nobody home.
But it made you stronger. I was a child. I didn't need to be stronger. I needed to be protected.
No. This is what it looks like. To find out that you've been cheated on. For months. I left him.
A confession showing up over and over right now. Daughters realizing their fathers shielded them from financial pressure their whole childhood. Mom went to work, but dad carried the mortgage, the cars, the worry. The daughter saw working mom and assumed it meant doing everything yourself. It didn't.
Yep, I'm gonna be the one that gets on TikTok and make a crying video because I'm so fucking sick of everything. I'm so sick of this fucking world. It is unfucking believable. The difference from 10, 15 years ago is almost impossible to survive these days, especially being not even just a single parent, a single income in general. Like, everything is fucking expensive for no fucking reason. There's fees on every motherfucking thing. I just went and picked up a prescription and I looked on it. If I didn't have health insurance, that shit would have been $5,000. $5,000. Now imagine someone that didn't have health insurance trying to get that medication that I needed. Like, how are we supposed to keep going with what we're earning? It's not matching up to what the fucking cost of living is, and nobody gives a fuck. Y'all are making the rich richer, and the poor, we can stay poor. We're staying on this line. We're paying all these taxes and all this shit for what? For what? I pay all this money towards all this health insurance and everything, and I went to have a procedure done, and my insurance paid some of it, and they say, oh, you still owe $680. Huh? For what? Like, y'all are crazy. Like, this world is so fucked up. I'm just, like, so worried about our kids growing up in this, because it's only gonna get worse. This shit ain't never gonna be the same. It's never gonna be better. Like, that's my rant for the day. I'm just so tired of just trying to survive when we should be living and enjoying our fucking time with our kids. We can be working 80 hours plus a week, and we are still not going to be making enough to live above, to be comfortable. Like, most of us aren't asking to be out here on yachts and doing all this shit, which would be nice, but we're not. We just want to live comfortably and pay our bills and spend time with our kids and have a good life. That's it. And that's, like, so impossible right now. It's unfucking believable. And maybe I'm just having a moment, but I had a vent about it because I'm tired of this fucking shit.
Feminism gave us choice. It gave you choice to be a stay-at-home mom, and it gave me choice to... No, it actually took away your choice. Because as soon as the government realized that women could be manipulated into being a voting bracket and to contributing to a 2-household income, and that they could tax that, everything broke after that. You guys are the same people that complain about the fact that we cannot survive off of a single income household, which is true. I'm not going to argue that. But you can't in one breath say that you can't survive off of a single income household in 2026 in America, and then also say that you have the choice to be a stay-at-home mother this day. And let's just for 1 second grant you the idea that back then we had absolutely no choice, which is not true, but I'm just going to grant you that idea. Wouldn't you rather have the obligation that actually left women much happier than they are in 2026 right now? Women are on record levels of SSRIs, antidepressant and anxiety medications, therapy sessions. Women are not happy. Neither are men, but this is about women right now. Sure, there were things that women dealt with back then, but overall happiness rates were better. Women could stay at home with their children. They didn't have to outsource care to some other person. Feminism was the perfect lie that gave you the illusion that you have choice, while turning you into a sheep that votes for whatever they tell you to. So yeah, I'd rather not have choice. Honestly, I'd rather not have choice. I'd rather it be one way. And that one way, I'd prefer it to be when women were happier and could stay at home with their children and cook and clean for their husband and not listen to another man that's not their husband tell them what to do all day at a 9 to 5. Feminism is a lie.
I just find it so ironic that we as women fought for the right to work and have the same jobs as men. So tell me why I constantly hear women complaining about having to work. Like, we fought so hard for these rights, and then suddenly we can't be appreciative of having a job. I hear women constantly complaining, especially on social media, my own workplace, from other peers, just constantly complaining about going to work, being at work, having to work. And it definitely reflects in how they interact with coworkers and customers too. They're walking around so miserable, and they make everyone around them miserable too. And it's funny because we demanded equality in the workforce. We wanted the same opportunities as men. We got what we asked for, and now we're all ungrateful as hell. Men don't constantly complain about having to work because they understand it's part of being an adult and providing for themselves and their families. And you want to know why men do these jobs, these hard jobs? Why men work and don't complain? They rarely complain, and if they do, he's definitely a beta. But other than that, men just do what needs to be done. My man works hard every single day. He owns his own company and works 60 plus hours a week, and I don't ever hear him complain, like ever. Because men were made to carry this type of stress, women weren't. Men understand that work is their responsibility, their duty. They don't expect it to make them happy or fulfilled. They expect it to provide for their families and build something meaningful. But women act like having a job is some kind of punishment. Well, it kind of is. Like, we're victims for having to show up and do the work we literally demanded the right to do. We have done everything to try to make the female population happy: equal pay, equal opportunities, flexible schedules, maternity leave, and we're still ungrateful. It's getting annoying. You can't demand equality and then complain when you actually have to be equal. Maybe the problem isn't the job or the workplace. Maybe the problem is that we thought having a career would fulfill us in ways it was never meant to. We traded traditional roles for corporate ones and then act surprised when sitting in a cubicle all day doesn't make us happy. And look, there's nothing wrong with women wanting to work and make a difference. And if you're working out of necessity, that's understandable. But don't take your frustrations out on everyone else around you or act like the world owes you something because you have to work. You can't fight for something and then complain when you get it. Either be grateful for the opportunities or admit you made the wrong choice. We as women need to stop complaining about the life we chose. If you don't like working, figure out a different path, but stop making everyone else miserable with your attitude.
A generation of women got sold a fairy tale called Lean In. Career first, marriage later. Family whenever. The fairy tale forgot to mention what happens at 38, when the job pays well, the apartment is nice, and the only thing waiting at the end of a brutal week is a wine glass and silence.
Hi, good morning. I just had some shit on my brain this morning. I am so tired. Do y'all hear me? So tired of clocking in. I'm mentally always clocked in, whether I'm physically clocked in or not, and I'm so done. If I wasn't sitting outside the house and all kinds of other people around me, I'd be blowing my horn. I'm so just like, I could crash out. I just really feel like I never get a day off. Even if I'm off, I'm not really off. I'm getting phone calls. I have work meetings. I have to make schedules. I have to do all kinds of things, even from my house. Like, I'm mentally never clocked out. I just want to crash out. I just want to crash out. Like, I don't know when I'm going to hit this rock bottom, because I've hit a few in my lifetime, and that's the only time I've been able to change my life. But, like, it needs to come on. It needs to go ahead and come on so I can get that fire lit under my hiney cheeks and get moving, because, like, I'm not built for this life anymore. Not anymore. I have been clocking in to a corporate world work-life fucking scenario bullshit for literally since I was like 14, 15 years old. And I know there's people that have been working, you know, way longer, that's worked their whole life. But I have realized so much more potential, especially with where we're at now with the internet and online marketing and online anything, making money, AI, like all of the things that I have at my fingertips, and I'm choosing to clock into a job. Somebody help my brain, because I'm sleeping on the potential. I've watched these people that I freaking know. I know them. Like, I've met them on the internet, but we've been friends for forever, and I've watched them go from literally nothing to a top-ranked fucking whatever they are in their own world. It's not a community kind of thing. It's not these scam bullshit. It's digital marketing. It's shit that you can literally make money online with a digital product. Like, this shit seems so easy, but it's not easy. It's work. And like, I'm just trying to figure out how I can align, you know, 60 to 70 hours a week when it comes to down to it, whether you see me clocked in on my paycheck 50, 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week. But like, I'm working from my house. I promise you that. How do I balance all this? Am I just going to physically exhaust myself? Because like, maybe I should just get a whole hoorah on this motion, because like, I'm too smart for all that. I'm too smart to keep clocking in. The smart girls are literally making money online.
I got to a point where I couldn't keep convincing myself that I was fine anymore. Fine on paper, maybe, but emotionally and mentally, I was more than exhausted. And I got tired of talking myself out of what I was feeling, saying things like, this is just adulthood, everyone feels this way, it's not that bad. Till one day, I couldn't ignore it anymore. Did anyone else have a moment where you just couldn't pretend like it felt okay anymore?
Who else is feeling so burnt out at work? I just find myself like staring off into space and I can't think clearly. It takes me 2 to 3 times as long to get anything done. I go to work every single day exhausted, even if I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I just feel this heaviness. Yesterday was by far the worst because I was getting so many things mixed up. I was forgetting things. I couldn't keep anything organized yesterday. It was awful. I've also been talking to people across different industries, and everyone is just feeling this heavy sense of just this heaviness. Like, I don't even know how to describe it because I can't think. I'm trying to take breaks. I'm going on walks. I'm going to the gym. I'm eating healthy. But after work, I have even less energy. And the thought of doing all those things makes me even more tired and more sad. Like, I don't even know. I've tried to take days off, but I feel like it's a lose-lose situation because either I take a day off, but then when I come back to work, it's more effort for me to try and figure out what I missed. But if I don't take a day off, then I just keep going through the motions. So like, I don't know what to do.
Workplace loneliness research from peer-reviewed journals lands on a brutal correlation. Loneliness at work raises burnout risk by about 39%. Women in remote-heavy industries are catching the worst of it. The promotion came, the salary came, the friends never did.
I'm quite literally rolling around in horse trying to get this bottom thing off my car. I don't want that. I'm gonna cry. I'm trying to get this off, and I need a screwdriver to take it off. And I just wish someone would pull over and help me because I don't know what to do. Oh, someone just pulled over. No way.
Thank you so much.
The truth is, guys, I think that this is how most independent women would react. And honestly, this proves men's points when they roll their eyes when women are saying, we don't need no men. Yeah, that's easy to say as a woman when things are going well for you and you're not having difficulties. But when stuff hits the fan and you're stranded on the side of the road, the truth is that most women would react this way. Maybe not full-blown panic attack, but they're most likely going to be calling somebody. And I bet you anything, 99% of the time, that somebody is a man. The truth is that a lot of women don't really truly realize is that the reason why their life is pretty easy is because of men. And secondly, the second that their lives become not so easy, they're going to look to a man. The good thing about this first video is that she wasn't like bashing men to begin with. Like, I don't know what her viewpoint is of men before watching this video, but you know that she's in this panic, and that is her natural instinct, is to pray for a man to help her. And that is okay. Like, I think that a lot of women think that that's some sort of weakness, but it's really not. I think a lot of women these days are conditioned to think that it's a weakness.
Every man that I've gone on dates with that has been a masculine energy man, he's secure, he's confident, he's financially successful, they never ask me about my work, my job, my career. They don't ask me at all. They don't care. They don't care if I'm CEO or if I'm working minimum wage. They do not care. They maybe around date 3 will maybe be like, what do you do? And it's more like just kind of curious as far as like getting to know me. And it's usually like, do you like what you do? Do you like your job? Do you like what you do every day? But they're not asking very specific questions. It's more like, what time are you done with work so I can take you out? Those are the kinds of questions those men ask me. But then the insecure men who are not in their masculine energy, they bombard me with questions about my job. They want to ask me so many questions. At one point, I was like, should I just tell you what my salary is? Jeez.
The rescue fantasy stays in the back of the brain even after 20 years of independent earning. Hard week, brutal commute, awful boss. And somewhere in her tired mind, a voice still says, someone should be carrying half this for me. The voice gets quieter every year that no one shows up.
I truly hate feminism. And if you want to be a boss babe, like, good for you. But I frankly don't want to. And I get it because I kind of got sucked into the whole boss babe thing when I was in college. But as soon as I met my husband and I had a baby, I do not care about it at all. I just want to know, how is it empowering to go to work and have to leave your child, especially like for me, because I left my son at 7 weeks and it was like one of the worst experiences of my life. How is it empowering that as a society we have to have a dual income to be able to survive anything, and still some people aren't able to afford a house? People who send their kids to daycare for 8+ hours or public school for 8+ hours, you spend maybe 30 minutes an hour with your son, and then you wonder why your kids grow up and then they act nothing like you. They don't want anything to do with you. That's because you don't even have an impression on your child. You can't compete with 8 hours. Someone who spends 8 to 9 hours with your kid is going to have way more of an impression on your child than you ever could. I hate as a society that being a stay-at-home mom is just looked down upon and frowned upon, and that's one of the most important jobs, is being a mom. And I work 30 plus hours a week, so being, taking care of your house, cooking dinner, trying to go to the gym, it almost seems impossible to do that on top of having kids. So who is sitting here saying, oh, it's so empowering to go to work every single day and leave my babies so that someone else can raise them and teach them things that you might not even agree with? I just hate the fact that 100 years ago, people stayed home with their kids and that was like normal. Why can't we go back to that? Because this crap of like leaving your kid for 8 hours, it's not it. I just want to say one more thing. Why work for a company that truly does not care about you, could replace you tomorrow? It doesn't matter if you are a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. If you have a really high quality job, they can still replace you. You're replaceable. It doesn't matter. Versus if you are a mother staying home with your children, you're not replaceable. Okay? And your kid and your husband they're gonna appreciate you so much more than your job will ever. Your job will not love you the way your family can love you. And that's it. Period.
I saw a conversation about men not caring about a woman's career and what they've gained for themselves, but only caring about their looks, right? And then there's obviously two sides to the conversation, because obviously it's a red pill take. And there's a fine line of truth to that. And I want to be able to explain the real truth behind what men think versus what the red pill ecosystem has shared. Because also on the other side of that, women have pretty much aired it out, is men being controlling and being toxic when they say that they don't care about these aspects. I think the truth of it is that men don't care in the manner that it is not a definable factor for why I will not choose or will choose you as a partner. And this is a generalization because everybody is different, but I think of it as a woman, if you are able to be happy with what you're deciding to choose in your life, I feel like that is all that matters to men, especially those who love you or like you. Like for me, if I'm going to say that I'm talking to a woman and she says her goal is to be a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home wife, I'm going to love that for you as long as I can be able to provide that for you. If I can provide that environment ecosystem for you to be able to thrive as a stay-at-home mother, stay-at-home wife, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be happy doing that for you. In the same sense, if you are someone who, I want to be a boss babe that's able to have a family, but also be able to be a mogul, be able to be an entrepreneur or manage a high income business, or even being like a doctor or some type of profession, right? Like a lawyer or whatever. And I'm able to provide an environment where you can thrive in that and be successful in that. That's all that matters. What you actually do that makes you happy doesn't matter to me as long as you are happy with it.
Men noticed the rescue role around 2022 and started declining it. The exhausted, snappy, stressed-out girlfriend who comes home, dumps the day onto him, and expects him to fix it. That role got dropped. He's not unsupportive. He's just not absorbing her workload anymore.
Who else is completely just existing and failing at life? Anybody? Anybody? Am I the only 38-year-old, unmarried, no children, don't know what the fuck she's doing woman here? Who has ADHD, mind you. And it's not one of those TikTok diagnoses. No, I got diagnosed in my early mid-30s, I'd say, probably like about 4 years ago. And it completely changed my life because now I realize why I think the way I do, but it's gotten worse as I've gotten older. And no, I'm not on medications for it. I don't plan to be. I'm trying to figure things out naturally, but like if there's not a dopamine hit, I don't want to do it. And that also means doing things at the last minute. Like literally leaving things up to the motherfucking wire so I could be there stressing the fuck out and then doing the best I ever have. Don't mind me, I left my fridge open. I just feel like I'm failing. I was doing so well, and this happens all the time. It happens all the time. So if you don't see me posting, just know Danielle's in another rut. She's literally sitting there doing nothing that she wanted to do. She's not doing her goals. She's sitting there and literally, I can't even remember the last couple of weeks because I've been on autopilot. The only thing I have focused on and I've had the fucking capacity to focus on is work. Okay, and I don't want to hear people be like, well, you need a new job. Blah, blah. This job gives me the financial, it's financially what I need, okay? I can't go back. I can't go back. I worked this far to get to where I am now. I am literally a program manager for one of the biggest, literally probably the biggest tech company, okay? So like, no, I'm not gonna go back. I just have no work-life balance, and I've always been this way, but now that I'm older and now that I actually have goals, it's hard. So I'm sitting here and I'm so mentally drained, but I haven't lifted a fucking finger all day. No, I haven't gained any weight, but I haven't lost any. I literally missed out on 2 brand deals, actual brand deals, because I couldn't fucking respond. Like, I'm just, yeah, I don't know. This is real life over here. So if you guys are looking for rainbows and butterflies all the time, I'm sorry, this isn't the page for you. But if you're looking for a girl who is literally just trying to find out what the fuck is going on in her life and trying to make it better every single day, this is the right place for you. Just know that the journey does not have to be perfect. It doesn't go like this. It literally goes like this. As long as you're getting to the top. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Anyways, I'm sorry, guys. I have nothing left to give right now, but I do have a break coming up. It'll be fun. Won't be work related. I think a break from work will really help to put things in perspective.
The trade-off becomes visible somewhere around 36. The career compounded, the body didn't. The savings account compounded, the social circle didn't. She traded her fertility window for a corner office, and the corner office turned out to be a Zoom screen in a 1-bedroom apartment.
It's more apparent than ever that I finally need to say the thing that I need to say, because I don't know if I can quite literally shut my trap one more second if I go online and I see another massively successful woman only talking about success, only talking about the good, only talking about doing, achieving. Hello, hi. Wait, what? If you are a woman watching that and you are building your business and behind the scenes, you feel like you're losing your shit. You feel like everything feels a little harder. It feels like your business is like, whoa, it's stretching you, right? You feel like you have to become someone entirely different. You feel like you have to be that, or that you have to have no emotions, or you have to grit, do, beep. I can tell the difference in 2 seconds when watching a video of a woman in wounded masculine energy versus pure embodied strength. They're very different. But because, Jamie, why are you talking about this? Because I've navigated it myself. I built $2 million companies in grit, in grind, in survival mode, in trauma. And guess what? I had everything on paper. I had businesses that people were posting all over Pinterest that literally people would come up to be like, oh my God, you're so successful. I wanted to die. I hated my life. I hated it. I hated how I was as a mother. I hated who I was as a friend. I hated how I felt. I was disassociating all the time. I felt constant pressure. I couldn't relax. I couldn't be present. I couldn't even look at my children in the eyes without constantly mentally fuckery all day long. Jesus. And I just personally would really love if we would just be honest that not every single person is meant to build a business the entire same way. That you don't have to perform, that you don't have to be this like person. There's a very, very clear, like I said before, energetic difference between somebody who's fully embodied in strength and softness. It's this beautiful, delicate balance between embodiment and resilience and trust and faith. It's this really gorgeous energy. It's apparent, and I know it very clearly because it's what I do for a living. How I help people. I just felt like I should send a PSA. So if you're watching all of these videos of all of these girl boss, blah, 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 you can girl boss it up. I love it. I mean, fuck yeah. But just don't think you're crazy or think that there's something wrong with you. If at any point that just doesn't resonate with you. And I don't know. It's a lot of it just doesn't sit right with me. The scripted, perfectly edited, it's just not fucking real. You know what I mean? I don't know. It drives me absolutely up the wall, because at the end of the day, like, we're all living, breathing human beings with all different upbringings. I'm ranting at this point. You know what I mean? Sure. Let's just say this is the last thing I'll say in this. There is nothing hotter than a woman in her power. There's nothing hotter than a woman tracing her dreams. There's nothing more amazing and beautiful than a woman who can clearly communicate, has heart space energy wide open, and also isn't in the energy of survival, and also is not in the energy of hypervigilance and hyper control and wounded masculine energy. I think there's nothing more brilliant than a woman running a business, loving fully, being able to be present, make decisive action, make a shit ton of fucking money, and feel good while doing it. And that's all I gotta say on that.
A career is a structure. It's not a husband. It's not a child. It's not company on a hard night. Build the structure for what it is: financial stability and personal purpose, and never confuse it for the things only people can give you. The women drowning right now confuse the two.
Subscribe to Alpha Reloaded for more. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and hit that like button on your way out. See you next time.